Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Yeah, I hope you all started very well into the weekend. Yesterday for Bitcoin, I made you aware of basically the two key bullish options that I'm following here, and also talked a little bit about the bearish option. For bullish scenarios, I give the likelihood for a bullish outcome of all of this a 60% probability. This basically means that we are not going to drop below $17,600 anymore. And there are two main bullish scenarios that are here, and we want to talk a little bit more about them. The first scenario is here my main scenario that you see on the chart now. This seems to be currently playing out, but the other bullish one is also still an option. So let's take a look at this first. Again, it shows you a series of 1-2 setups. I don't need to go through all of them again. I can't do that in every video. 1-2, 1-2, 1-2. And now we're in this last bit here, where we would expect to be in a wave 3 in yellow. If this plays out like that, and if the wave 2 in yellow indeed is finished here at 22,660, if this is the case, then we should be looking at a yellow wave 3 target of at least the 1.618 extension, which would be at 29,135 as a minimum. Now within this wave 3 in yellow, we have the green wave count, the lower level wave count, which is here also the completion of a wave 1. Yeah, just a quick recap. When we came up here, I believe here was the first time at 22,750 that I told you that we can count 5 waves as complete. Here we made one more little move up, but then came down. Okay, as expected in a wave 2 correction. We also hit the wave 2 correction in the target range, here between 23,160 and 23,800. I had yesterday a comment that said, oh, in the last video the target range was much higher. It might have been, but I did, no, it wasn't in the previous video. I did correct it down in the previous video before we reached it. Yeah, because sometimes when the waves extend, then I have to move the target ranges. That's it. You know, when you follow Bitcoin that much short term, then it's, I guess, important really to follow every video. Otherwise, it's you don't need to watch every video. But of course, I sometimes make changes based on the wave extensions, the wave counts. But most importantly, this target range was defined before we reached it. So we then reversed in this target range, which was the wave 2 low, an ABC pattern. I can also count it as a WXY. I think it's more accurate to count it as a WXY, because in a WXY pattern, you have 3 subwaves each and a connector. So in this last wave, which would be the Y wave, we also had 3 waves, but it doesn't really make a difference now for the outcome and the next steps. So from the low then here at 23,618, we advanced in a wave 3. Yeah, I told you in the time that a breakout above the descending trend line, and there were different ways of drawing it, but a breakout above the descending trend line would indicate that this move down is finished. Better indication would be a move above the wave B high, and you can see what happened after we broke above the wave B. We moved all the way from 24,330 to 24,900 to the next resistance level at wave 1, which I already had on the chart. What the bulls now need to do to confirm that this indeed is wave 3 rally, because this is what we would expect in the current primary expectation, that this was a 1, a 2, and we're now in the wave 3 in green. That is a wave 3 within the wave 3 in yellow. And the target for this wave 3 in green, you can calculate that as well, is here 27,300 roughly. Now this is what now would need to play out in this scenario. Now if we don't get there, we know it wasn't this scenario, but this is what I would, based on this wave count, expect. The condition for that is that the wave 2 now holds. So only if the $23,600 here hold of the green wave 2, then we are going to advance in that way. Yeah. Otherwise, we have to change the wave count here. But this is the condition that needs to be fulfilled to advance higher. Yeah, so this is the previous wave 1 high. Need to get above that to push higher. We can see that Bitcoin is now here on the I'm on the 1 hour chart. We're already losing a bit of momentum. So it could be that we see here maybe a bull flag emerging, or a little bit of a stronger retracement, maybe back to the wave B high at 24,340 and the previous wave B high to retest it and then advance further. Absolutely possible. But for now, it's all looking good and it's all working out in line with the primary expectation. The other scenario that I showed you, which is also bullish, and at the current stage, I cannot tell you which one is going to work out. It is the one that I showed you in the last video. I showed it to you before, but I didn't really pay a lot of attention to it. I think in one of the videos weeks ago, I showed you the expanding leading diagonal. I'm not putting a lot of emphasis on it because an expanding leading diagonal after Bitcoin made such a long and strong decline from November 2021. It is extremely unusual, and also I'm not convinced this is playing out, but it's possible and we need to have it on the radar. So based on this expanding leading diagonal, we can expect that this here was a wave 1, this was a wave 2, this was a wave 3, this was a wave 4. And by the way, you can have overlapping waves in expanding leading diagonals. Had a comment yesterday that said the wave 4 in an expanding leading diagonal needs to be longer than the wave 2, which it is. It might not seem like that, but it indeed is longer. I measured it yesterday. It's not much longer, but it is longer. And then we are now in this wave 5 in an expanding leading diagonal. Now, even in this expanding leading diagonal here for the last scenario, there are a couple of options. So message here really is we need to keep it flexible at the moment. Yeah, I mean, all I can do is really listen to what the market is doing and then make sense of it in the charts and let you know the outcome so that you're prepared for those different scenarios and come to your own conclusions and so on. And I can tell you what my preferred scenario is and then give you price targets for it. But of course, I'm not making the market. So there are situations like at the moment where, especially for Bitcoin, we need to keep it a bit flexible. Yeah. So on the other hand, that also means that we cannot really be convinced about which scenario is definitely playing out. It would be much easier to have, like on the Ethereum chart, 5 nice impulsive moves, or an impulsive move, a wave structure of 5 waves play out, with waves 1, 3 and 5 being an impulse, which is much easier to count. I mean, this here is quite tricky to count, but hey, we do it. It is much work, but we do it. And yeah, overall, you know, even here are different options. We could count this as a wave B, you know, and then this as the wave C currently unfolding. We could also say that wave B is still coming, that within the wave B we have an A, a B and a C. Yeah, because a wave B itself is a 3-wave move, so it would be like A, B, C. Yeah. If you're asking yourself why is the wave 5 a 3-wave structure, that's because it's a leading diagonal. But yeah, there are different possibilities, and either way, we need to be open. So don't be surprised if we suddenly get a move down. It could be this wave B here. Okay, so we need to keep the options open. Yeah, and I'll do my best here, but I can't guarantee that we are now following the primary expectation. As long as we are not going below 17.6k, we are still in the bullish scenario. Yeah. So, but what can we expect for this leading diagonal? So for the leading diagonal, if assuming we are already in the wave C and we are heading up in a wave 5, then normally in a leading expanding diagonal, the wave 5 would be the longest wave. Now, because at the moment wave 3 is the longest one, we can calculate what the wave 5 would at least need to do, okay? And it would at least need to reach the 1-to-1 ratio with wave 3, which is actually $26,050. So it should rather go higher. So that gives you already a bit of a baseline where we should get to in this wave 5. Okay. If we don't get there, then the wave B is probably not finished. Okay. And then we will see that level later. Okay, so I just wanted to give you that price target. And then, you know, this scenario makes sense from a point of view that in this scenario, at least, we would be in the same wave count as Ethereum is. It is a different type of pattern, but it's a wave 5. Ethereum is also in a wave 5. From that point of view, it makes actually sense. Therefore, I'm a bit yeah, I mean, I'm considering it, you know, I'm considering it. And then of course we've got the bearish scenario that I'm just going to show you here on the main chart, which is there are different ways as well. We can count it as a corrective wave structure, as a wave 4, not yet finished, where we will see a wave 5 to the downside. And we've got different possibilities here. You can count it as a WXY pattern, possible, a WXY, where we would now be, and again, also here there are different ways of counting it, but it doesn't make a difference for the further outcome. We can count the W here, can count the X here and the Y there. We can even move it along, but this doesn't really change the outcome really. But what is important to understand that around about the $25,700 to $25,800 level for the wave Y, there would be an ideal target. So even if we push higher here at the moment, in all three scenarios, higher prices would actually be on the table. Okay, so it's an extremely uncertain environment at the moment, and just giving you these options shows you that with the variety of counts possible here, Bitcoin is in a state of uncertainty. Again, primary expectation is the bullish outcome because we are following it quite nicely, but I cannot exclude the possibility here of something more bearish. Therefore, I'm giving the bullish scenario only 60% probability. The other coins are already playing out really nice bullish wave structures. So we just need to let the market decide. But it would be nice if the bulls finally play out their strength here and reach the wave 3 target. Then we have a bit more clarity. If we reach really the 27k level, that is probably the moment where we'll have some more clarity. Okay, and that's my update about Bitcoin. Hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. Tomorrow, member live stream at 5 o'clock UTC again for all channel members. Tomorrow we talk about really interesting topic, which is prepare your portfolio for the bull run. Anybody who would like to see that, if you're a channel member, just dial in. If you're not a channel member yet, you can of course sign up for the channel membership. You can find the link in the description. As a channel member, you now also get, as a silver gold member, you can see my charts, live charts on TradingView. I share all the charts. Yeah, I haven't shared all of them yet, but I'm working on it. But pretty much 80% are shared. You get access to the Telegram live chat groups, the Discord server. As a gold member, also to the Signals channel. So there's so much stuff happening at the moment in the community, which is fantastic. So yeah, hopefully you like the update. See you in the next video and have a great Saturday. Bye bye.